Hi, my name is Nancy Xu. I've been coming to Icon Academy since 10th grade, and I got accepted to Columbia University early decision. So the Young Arts competition is a national competition that's very prestigious, and almost all the kids at my school know about it. And I was lucky enough to be recognized from thousands of young artists as someone who has a portfolio that contributes meaningfully to society. And that is really important to me as a young artist because I expressed my political view on women's rights through my portfolio, and the recognition made me feel like my ideas and my wish for making change is actually possible. So my portfolio was inspired by my background as a Chinese American, and my grandma was a victim of the foot binding practice, and I've seen her deformed foot when I was really young, and then that gruesome image have left an imprint on my mind. And so ever after that, I kind of started to think about the cultural practices and how for some reason as a girl, I'm always discouraged from doing certain things. And so I guess this experience growing up in a really patriarchal society inspired my portfolio. And when creating my piece, I tried to make sure that each one connects back to myself because I want to showcase my perspective as a Chinese American immigrant. So for example, I showed my grandma's foot binding in a lot of my pieces, and I also showed how my mom, as a woman living in modern society, still has to take care of the kids while balancing work and the chores and things like that, and how as a woman living in the 21st century, I have access to a lot more resources, and that was because of the hard work of all the feminist activists that came before me. So I also wanted to make a contribution to that. The art counselor was really helpful when I was writing my responses to the questions young arts have asked. So I was able to go over the general idea of what I want to write with the counselor first, and then after I wrote my statements, they were able to double check it to make sure there's no grammatical errors and it flows nicely. I think some advice I want to give is really spend time thinking about the responses you give, because don't think about it like answering the questions and the prompts. Think about it like it's a way for you to express the essence of your portfolio and your pieces to the judges, and really have the counselor kind of go over what you want to talk about with you, because sometimes it can give you reminders for things that you wouldn't have thought about yourself. I encourage everyone, even seniors, to participate in as many competitions as you can, because you can always update this to the colleges, and it might be really beneficial to college apps. But it's also a good way to show that you're not doing your activities just for college. You're actually trying to create a change, and you're still continuing your journey even when you're done with college applications.